Hi children, today we are going to start our new lesson, that is motion. We know that rest and motion are some common terms used in our day-to-day lives. For example, trees, houses and electric poles are said to be at rest, whereas cars, buses, and other vehicles moving on the road are said to be in motion. How do we know this? Yes, this is our everyday experiences, right? However, when we are traveling by a car or bus, we used to say that trees are rushing past by us. That means for us, the trees are in motion whereas we are at rest. So, how would we decide whether an object is at rest or in motion? Children, we will be learning about it in today's class. Look at here. We can see a car parked near the tree, right? Now, is it moving? No. How do we realize that it is not moving? Yes, as the time goes on, the position of the car is not changing with respect to its surroundings. Thus, we reached to the conclusion that the car is not moving. Now, look here. What about this tractor? Is it moving? How do we realize that it is moving? Yes, as the time changes, the position of the tractor is changing with respect to the surroundings, right? So based on the two parameters, we can decide whether an object is moving or not. What are those parameters? Yes, the one is the position of the object with respect to its surroundings, and the second one is position of object with respect to time. Based on these parameters, we can define rest and motion. That is, a body is said to be at rest if its position with respect to a fixed point or an object in its surroundings do not change with time, and a body is said to be in motion if its position with respect to a fixed point or an object in its surroundings keep changing with time. For example, now look at the chair here. We can see that the position of this chair is not changing with respect to its surroundings. In its surroundings, what all things we can see? We can see computer, other sofas, table, etc. Is it? So with respect to those surroundings, the position of the chair is not changing. Even with respect to time also, the position of the chair is not changing. So we can say that a chair is said to be at rest if its position with respect to the table, computer or any object in its surroundings do not change with time. Like that, when you are bouncing the ball is at motion with respect to the object in its surroundings. Why? Because the position of ball is changing along with time. We have seen that the both parameters which decide whether an object is at rest or motion is related to time and its surroundings. Thus, we can say that the motion is relative. That means we cannot simply define motion of an object. Defining the motion of an object becomes correct only if we are relating it to the conditions that we discussed couple of seconds before. That is, the motion of an object is related to the surroundings and time. Those examples were based on the motion of one object and its surroundings at rest. Now, when two bodies are in motion, then the change of position of one body with respect to the other depends on two factors such as speed and direction of motion. I will repeat once again. When two bodies are in motion, then the change of position of one body with respect to the other depends on the two factors such as speed and direction of motion. For example, when we travel in a bus, our body also moves in the same direction and at the same speed as that of the bus, right? However, we do not feel that our body is moving so faster as that of the bus, but actually we are moving that fastly. Now, why we are feeling so? It is because our body does not change its position with respect to the surroundings such as the seat of the bus or any other part of the bus along with the time. But if we look outside the bus, we can see that the position of our body keeps changing with respect to the objects such as the trees and the houses by the side of road. This shows that our body is in motion with respect to the trees and the other fixed objects outside the bus. All these things shows that the motion is relative. Related to what? Related to its surroundings and time. And when it is two or more objects, then how the motion is related? It depends upon the speed and direction of the motion. When we are looking around, we can see different kinds of motions such as rotation of wheels, spinning of tops, etc. The different kinds of motion can be categorized under different headings. Here in this chapter we will be learning mainly about 8 types of motions such as translatory motion, rotatory motion, oscillatory motion, repetitive, random, combination or multiple motion, uniform and non-uniform motion. So in coming classes, we will be learning in detail about these types of motions. Till then, take care and study well. Thank you.